Alright, well, that'll wake you up in the morning. Today, I decided to start my day a little differently. Usually, I just get up and head straight to the gym, but this morning, I got up and I just wasn't in the greatest mood, and then I looked outside and it was so gray and it was so cold out, and I just thought, man, I just don't want to go to the gym and do leg day today. So I decided to do something that I know always puts a smile on my face, and that is hop on the old skateboard. So I'll be showing you guys everything that I eat today, and hopefully there's some awesome recipes in there. Hopefully it inspires you guys to make some incredible plant-based dishes. But I thought I'd just get out here this morning and film a little bit just to kind of break up the monotony of the video. If I'm just in my kitchen the whole time, it's kind of boring, not only for me, but probably for you guys. And I just like to be outside in the morning, and hopefully by me showing you this, it might inspire you guys to do the same. Get out there, move your body, stretch. But anyways, I'm gonna hop on my board here and hopefully land a few tricks, but I have to be really careful because in the next couple weeks I'm going to London for London Veg Fest. I think it's on the 27th and 28th and 29th, something like that. I don't know, I'll put the dates here. And if you guys are in the UK or you're around London, it would be amazing to see you all there. So anyways, hopefully I'm not gonna fall anymore. I'm gonna try and land some tricks. And I'm rusty. You guys probably know this. I've said it before in other videos, but I used to skate a lot when I was younger. It was kind of my identity, you know? Some people are, runners, or some people are ballet dancers. I was a skater. And it's kind of humbling being back on the board now because I'm less coordinated and I'm definitely out of practice. So it makes it way harder, but I've still got a couple tricks. Not nearly as good as the ones I used to have, but it still makes it fun, and it's always a challenge. So anyways, I'm gonna get skating here, and then we'll head home and we'll make some awesome food, some warming food, because it is friggin' cold out here. Probably no smoothie bowls today. Okay, that was not a fun slam. Man, this is stuff that I used to do first try, didn't even think about it, and now I'm killing myself. So this is always how it goes. If you guys are vloggers or make videos, you'll know. Nobody else doing anything loud in this whole park. But this guy's gotta cut the lawn right here. I think I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. All right, what do you say? We go home and make some food. I think I've earned it. All right, so I just got home from that morning skate, which was terribly humbling. And I definitely worked up an appetite, so I'm gonna make some breakfast. And you guys know I usually have a smoothie or a smoothie bowl when I get home, but when it's cold like this, I definitely don't always feel like one. So today I'm gonna make a nice bowl of oatmeal. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm putting in there. So I'm gonna be using these organic rolled oats. We like to buy these big 2-kilogram bags of it because it's so much more cost effective, and we go through these like crazy because we love eating oats, especially here in the winter. And then I'm gonna be using a couple bananas, super ripe, spotty bananas. Got an apple in there as well. We're gonna be adding some cinnamon to it. And then we're going to add some chia seeds for those omega-3s, but we're not gonna be adding them whole, and I'll tell you guys why in just a minute. And then I'm gonna top it with some unsweetened vanilla almond milk and some fresh fruit as well. So So this is a little trick I learned from watching one of John Venus's videos, is to like actually, well, he mashes up the banana in the pot, but I like to just blend it up with some water and then cook the oats in that, because it makes the oats like really nice and sweet, and yeah, it gives it a nice banana-y flavor. Is that a word? And I'm also gonna add this chopped apple to the cooking oats and banana. All right, so we'll let that cook for like 4 or 5 minutes. Doesn't take long to cook those rolled oats. And while that's cooking, let's talk about chia seeds. So a lot of people don't realize that you should actually grind up your chia seeds. We all know that you have to grind your flax seeds in order to absorb them best, but chia seeds are the same. And cookie, this is becoming like your thing, guy. According to a study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, subjects who consumed 2 tablespoons of whole chia seeds daily for 10 weeks had no change in their omega-3 levels. But when the subjects consumed the same amount of milled chia seeds, they saw a significant increase in the amount of both short-chain and long-chain omega-3 levels in their blood. So I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that. I know that when I first read this article, it was news to me. I didn't realize that we had to blend our chia seeds up. But what I find most interesting about that study, or about this article, is that he mentioned that not only does it increase the short-chain fatty acids in their blood, but also the amount of long-chain fatty acids, which we know are the EPA and DHA fatty acids that a lot of people say that we don't convert. We don't convert the ALA into EPA and DHA in very good amounts. But here it says they saw a significant increase in the amount of both short-chain and long-chain omega-3 levels in their blood. So, very cool. There'll be a link to the article and the study in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. Yo, get... So don't throw these away. There's so much nutrition in them. Just pop them in your mouth and get them down the hatch. And then we have these really nice big flakes of coconut. I'm just gonna put a few of those on top. Oh my gosh. Look out, Pinterest. Here comes Simnett Nutrition. All right, so that is breakfast. That is one huge and amazing bowl of oats. So I'm gonna go eat this. I've got some work to do, some emails to answer, other stuff to do, and I will check back with you guys for lunch. The day is kind of dragging on, so I might have like a smaller lunch and then a bigger dinner. We'll see. You are not supposed to be on the counter. All right, so I've just drained and rinsed some chickpeas. It's probably about 1.5 cups of chickpeas, and I'm gonna throw that into the saucepan with some chopped up veggies, and then we're gonna make an amazing dressing, and then we're gonna put it all on top of a huge bed of greens. So let's do it. So here are the veggies we're gonna be using for the oh, that's kind of raggy looking. So we've got some red onion, some red bell pepper, and some kale. I'm gonna chop all this up and then get it into the frying pan with the chickpeas. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this organic no salt seasoning to the mix. I probably will add some salt later, but it's nice that this is like a mix of different like spices that doesn't have any salt in it. Onion, garlic, carrot, black pepper, red bell pepper, tomato granules, orange peel, parsley, bay leaves, thyme, basil, organic celery. So yeah, pretty good spice. There's even more in there. I didn't read the rest of them, but I'm gonna put a bit of that in there, and then we will make the sauce. So we're just gonna leave the kale out of the stir fry for now. We'll throw it in right at the end because it doesn't take long to wilt the kale down. And then here we have everything that is gonna be going into the sauce. So we have some garlic powder and onion powder. We've got that no salt seasoning. We're gonna be putting that in there as well. We've got some mustard. We've got a bit of avocado. That's gonna help to thicken it. The date, this is gonna help to sweeten it. And then we're gonna use apple cider vinegar, just a splash of that to kind of make it a little bit tangy. Smells so good, babe. Really. All right, so I'm gonna put the whole date in. So So I'm gonna use about 1/4 to 1/3 of this avocado. It's kind of like, it's a little bit nard. It's got kind of those like brown stringy things in it or whatever, but adding them to sauces when they're like this is like great because they're still fine to eat. They just don't look the greatest. And then a teaspoon or 2 of garlic powder. Same with the onion powder. The no salt seasoning. Probably about a tablespoon or so of mustard. This is spicy brown mustard. So I know I mentioned this a lot, but I'll let you guys know in case you're new to this channel. Whenever I make sauces, I always like to add mustard, especially if there's like a fat in there, because the base of my sauces is almost always water, and mustard is actually like an emulsifier, so it helps fats and like water to blend together, so your sauce will stay like nice and like blended up. And then a splash of the apple cider vinegar. If you don't have this, like lemon would work as well. Bye, babe. And then I never know how much water to put in. Like I always just add a bit, blend it, add more if I need more, but I'll try and tell you guys here. Start with about 1/2 cup. And yeah, that looks about right. So we'll blend this up. All right, so you can see it's nice and thick. I don't want to pour it out like I've done before, but yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, really nice. Definitely needs a little bit of salt. I didn't add any yet, but I'll add a pinch of salt to that and it'll be amazing. So, one little tip, always taste your food as you go. I know it seems like, you know, so dumb to say that, but it definitely helps. Like all good chefs and cooks, you'll notice they have like tons of spoons when they're always tasting stuff as they go, because you don't want to like get to the finished product and then try it and be like, oh man, I should have added a bit more of this to that or a bit more of that. So remember, taste as you go and like build up the flavors. And if you don't like it, you know, figure it out. So I'm gonna put this aside for now. And if you wanna make a bunch of this, you can, like use the whole avocado and just like increase all of the ingredients. Oh my God, I just drooled. And then you could also like put it in the fridge or something the night before, and then you would have salad dressing the next day or for the next few days, whatever. All right, so the chickpeas are coming along nicely. I'm just gonna add this because they're just a couple minutes away from being done. I mean, you don't have to cook them. You could eat all that raw, but you know, it's almost ready, whatever. So now I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of greens and some other raw veggies into a bowl, and then we'll add that on top. Oh my God, Coco. So I'm doubling up on greens. With this meal, we're having the kale in the chickpeas there that's cooked, and then some salad because we didn't have any greens at breakfast, and it's important to eat your greens. Just about ready to come off there. I find if I like wilt the kale down just a little bit, it's a lot easier to eat, and that way I can eat a lot more of it, and you're still gonna get lots of the health benefits. All right, so there it is. A lot of cooked food, a lot of raw cookie. Just a nice hearty salad for lunch. So I know I often see the comment that a lot of you guys are like, hey, I work or I go to school or whatever, and I don't have time to make my lunches before I eat them. So what you could do here is you could just have like the raw part of it prepared already, and you could have that, you know, you could prepare it the night before. I mean, both of these you would have to. You could have this in like a little container. You could have this in a separate container and then heat this up at work, whether you have like a toaster oven or a microwave or whatever. You could heat that up, or you could even have it cold. And then you could have the dressing in another container and then just pour it on top when you're ready to eat. So I don't know if I'm just really hungry, but to me this bowl looks so damn good. I would be happy to have this in any restaurant, and it tastes super good too, especially when I add the sauce to it. So let's do it. So there it is. Ooh, I'm gonna add one thing on the top. I always forget, and you guys always tell me in the comments down below I forgot this. So this is a sea vegetable blend. In this one, there is dulse, sea lettuce, wakame, and nori. Usually I would just use dulse, but we bought this a little while ago, and it's been really convenient because it is all like blended up already. So you just sprinkle it on top of like your salad or on soups or whatever. And you guys know it's important to consume sea vegetables because of what mineral? Yes, iodine. And iodine is good for our thyroid. You guys know it. The thyroid is actually like the only tissue in the body that uses iodine, as far as I know. I might be wrong. And we know that our thyroid is like one of our main control centers for our body. It is in charge of our metabolism and so many other things. So yeah, don't neglect having iodine in your diet. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some on top here. I'm gonna go enjoy this. I feel like it's my catchphrase. I'm gonna go enjoy this and do fill in the blank.
But really, that's what I do. You guys don't want to see me eat like the entire thing. That would be really weird. Although there are some channels just based on that. Just people like binge eating and people watch them. Kind of weird. But I did notice that the sun came out. And these nice days are definitely limited. I live in British Columbia, Canada. I live on Vancouver Island. And we get so much rain here in the winter. So I'm gonna get out there and enjoy a little bit of the nice weather after this. Maybe go on my slack line, do some pull-ups outside or something. Oh, I'm full. I'm gonna save this a little bit for Crystal. She's out for a walk right now, so she'll enjoy that when she gets back. Her ration. I think I am gonna get outside there and go on that slack line. Special effects right through the window. So I'm definitely like no pro on the slack line. Don't expect much, but I just like it because it's just like a fun challenge, something different, you get to improve your balance. It's actually a really good core exercise when you're not good at it because you're always moving around. But what I did recently, if you guys will notice, is it's super slack. Usually slack lines are tight, and it's actually not like an official slack line when it's like that. That's just what people call it. But this one has kind of lost its like spring because I've just left it outside for so many seasons. So rather than having it just like this straight tight rope, there's not much personality to it, not much feel. I like loosened it like this, and wow, did it ever change the feel and the challenge of it. I'll show you guys. It is so much more wobbly. Whoa! All right, I'll tighten it up. I'll show you guys the difference. Wow. All of a sudden it got a lot higher. I'm gonna have to adjust this. See, this one moves around a lot less. Still not easy though. This is like my only trick. So zen. So you gotta check this out. Coco loves chasing pine cones. It's way too cute. Cookie. So you guys might have noticed, but I finally ditched the bamboo pull-up bar for a metal one. Kind of sad, but I just got tired of replacing them and they were like splintering and stuff. So yeah, it's fallen over now, but like compared to my hand, look at the size of that mushroom cap. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna head back inside and relax for a little bit, and then I'll meet you guys back in the kitchen and we'll make some dinner. Very helpful girlfriend. How was your walk? I saved you a little bit. Actually, I just couldn't eat it all, but everyone's dying to know what you think of it. It's nice, eh? Creamy dressing, so good.
You didn't save me very much.
Well, that's, I don't know, you went for a walk, whatever, you gotta...
It tastes like Greek salad almost, like it's
Yeah,
like zesty.
it does kind of...
really good.
Good. Crystal.
I approve. Crystal Nutrition approved.
All right. Hey, me again. All right, so we're back in the kitchen and it is dinner time. So I'm gonna have a nice soup. It's gonna kind of be like a faux soup, but obviously like not a traditional faux. It's gonna be far from that, but it's gonna kind of look like it and it's gonna taste amazing. So I'll show you guys everything that's going in there. The noodles that we're gonna be using are these black bean noodles, which are so amazing. If you guys have never tried these, definitely get into them. There is 22 grams of protein in just 50 grams of noodles. So super protein packed. There's also a lot of fiber. You get 10 grams of fiber per 50 grams of noodle, so it's awesome. But often if I just use these noodles, I find it like a little bit too heavy, and I like to mix it with another noodle. So I'm gonna be mixing it with these. So this is a brown rice and millet noodle, and all the ingredients are organic brown rice flour and organic millet. But this one doesn't have quite the same macros as the other one. Not quite as much protein. Not bad though, 10 grams of protein and 70 grams of noodles. And not nearly as much fiber, but that's why I mix them both together, because they complement each other really well. I've already got the pot boiling away there, and I'm gonna throw a bit of this in and a bit of that noodle in there. So I like to cook these noodles for just a few minutes first because they just take a couple minutes longer than the black bean noodles. But if you're pressed for time or whatever, you could probably do them just at the exact same time. Wouldn't really matter. Okay. Oh boy. Bet you guys never seen anyone mix noodles with salad tongs before. So the noodles we're gonna cook in here, and then we're gonna do the broth in that pot. So for the broth, it's just gonna be like a simple miso soup broth. It's like pretty easy, but we're gonna be using chickpea miso rather than like soy miso for no reason other than the fact that I have this one right now. And it's really good, tastes really similar to miso. It has a salty taste, a little bit sweet. I don't know how else to describe it. You'll have to try it if you ever see it. It is really good. It actually surprised me. And then I'm also gonna put the twin pillars of my cooking in there. The garlic powder, onion powder in there as well. And then I might just put a couple drops of this liquid soy seasoning from Bragg's. It just kind of like perks it all up a little bit, but it's not necessary. You could literally just do like miso and it would be totally fine. So I'm gonna mix up the broth in the blender. You wouldn't have to, you could like stir it in the pot. I feel like I use the blender for like every single meal, but it's handy, so that's why I do it. So a big spoonful of miso. And cool fact, if you have problems with like high blood pressure, you know that you're supposed to stay away from salt, but apparently from Dr. Greger, he mentioned it, that miso doesn't have the same blood pressure raising effects as salt does, but it will salt your food. So a little added bonus there for you guys. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, and then a few drops of the Bragg's soy seasoning. More than a few drops, oops. And then I'll just add like 1.5, 2 cups of water. Quick blend. Oh no. So we're gonna put that in this one here, and we're gonna heat that broth up. And then the noodles only take like 7 minutes to cook, so those are ready. I'm gonna take those out and strain them. All right, so I just chopped up some broccoli, some purple cabbage, red cabbage, some carrots there. I just grated those. It's a really nice way to have them in soups. And then we've got some red pepper as well as some tempeh. So it's a pretty high protein meal already. You probably wouldn't need this, but it's a really nice way to eat tempeh because it soaks in a lot of the flavors from that broth. So that's gonna go in there right away along with the broccoli. And then we'll put a lid on that, I think, and then let it simmer for a few minutes. So while this is simmering, I'm just gonna add some frozen peas to it. It's a really nice addition to this soup. If you haven't had any seaweed yet today, this is another good opportunity to have it. You could put it in this soup. So I'm gonna chop up a bit of this and then fire it in there. All right, that's ready. A nice handful of spinach in the bottom there. Any chance we get to eat more greens, we should take it. And this is a super easy way to get some more in you, so. Beautiful though, isn't it? And I feel like this is a good meal to have with chopsticks. Might slow me down a little bit. So there we have it. If I were to make it again, I'd probably make maybe like double that amount of broth, but it's really good regardless. And I am gonna have it with the rest of this avocado. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh my God, there's no fat in that, what the heck? But I didn't put it in there because I wanted to take a picture for like the thumbnail, so I thought it would look kind of like nasty on there. But yeah, I'm gonna have that in there as well. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I guess I better try this first though, let you know how it is. I've been making this like a couple times a week, so I know it's amazing. Yeah, really good. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. And I hope I've inspired you to like get outside, move your body a bit more, experiment in the kitchen a little bit. Give this video a thumbs up if it has helped you like come up with some more amazing plant-based meals to make. And I will see you guys very, very soon with another video. Thank you guys again so much for watching it all the way till the end. I know you guys are keen, you care about your health, that's why you watch these videos, and I respect that.